Hey, what's going on guys? Fyriek here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to better your FPS in No Man's Sky. This is a problem that a lot of people are having, whether their game isn't starting, whether they're running like 20 frames. I know obviously this is going to be kind of a hard tutorial to do, being that I have a 970 and the game ran fine for me right from the start. But a lot of you have cheaper graphics cards, older graphics cards. This is going to help a ton. But the first thing I've noticed that a lot of people are, jumping to the gun on, I was reading about it, and NoMan'sSky runs on OpenGL, and it actually runs on a version 4.5, and that's the latest version. That's 2016. So basically, what you need to do is you need to come to NVIDIA's website, and you need to check this out. There's going to be a ton of graphics card listed here. As you can see, mine's right here. But you want to make sure yours is on the list. If it's not supported. You're not going to be able, that's probably your problem. Now I know many people that are trying to play No Man's Sky are going to have one of these graphics cards. But if you have AMD, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I would, but I'm obviously an NVIDIA user. So basically, there's a few fixes here. Obviously, I can't test them, but I'm pretty sure. Say you have, like, I used to have a 670, so perhaps I would have came in here and tried installing this or downloading this. And obviously, you can just copy and paste this text, Google it. How do I install this, or how do I fix this for this graphics card? But right here, you want to come down and you want to, whatever version of Windows you have. I don't know if you're going to be running this on Linux, but I don't think it supports Linux. But you're going to want to download this. So I would download Windows 10 64-bit, and you're just going to install it, okay? And now, before you waste your time doing that, what you can do is you can come onto this website, realtechvr.com, and you can download this extension viewer. And what this does is it kind of looks like a control panel, kind of like NVIDIA's control panel, which we'll be going into in a few minutes. Basically, you just open it up. It's going to say, it's going to list a bunch of information, probably your CPU, your a lot of your hardware specs, but it's going to show a little number like this. It's going to say 4 point something, 4.44, 4.5. It doesn't matter. I know I'm running 4.4, so I mean the OpenGL isn't giving me problems. That's how I know, because I'm not running 4.5. So that's what makes me a little skeptical about this fix, but this may help a lot of you. I just wanted to show that to you guys. I haven't tested it too much, so don't rely on my information, but that's it for that. So the next thing we're going to do, just real quick, before we get into the files and in-game, I just want to show you guys this real quick. Open your control panel, and we're going to come, these may be closed, so you just want to open this up, go to desktop color settings. Now this, I've been using this for a long time. It just makes games look way more beautiful. The color stands out. I mean, you may not notice it, but look at this. If you turn it down, the color is just being washed out. Now I know a lot of people have trouble with their monitors getting the perfect color. I know my monitor, it's hard tweaking the settings on it. But what you do is you just crank this up. Now I crank it all the way up because it doesn't affect my doesn't affect the colors at all. It makes them look awesome. So basically you can have it at 80, 100, 90, it doesn't matter. Whatever is best for your monitor. Everyone's monitor is going to be different. Even if you have the same model as someone, the settings are always going to be different. So basically just crank this up and hit apply. It's going to stutter for a second. You just got to wait for the apply button to disappear, and there you go. You just X off that. So next we're going to come into Steam. We're going to right click No Man's Sky, go to properties, local files, and we're going to browse local files. So basically, I know this is where I'm going to lose a lot of people. Just come into settings, and these three files will not be show as a notepad file at first. You need to right click it and open with, but you're just going to open the one that says TK graphics settings. Okay, so you're going to come into here. What you want to do, I know mine are changed. I didn't change them back, but this is going to be true for full screen. Now I know I love running full screen in any game. It doesn't matter. I never run Windows or windowed mode, and I never run borderless. But this is actually going to be the first time I've ran borderless in any game. But I know this is going to fix your FPS a ton, especially those of you with, older graphics cards, or maybe you've already launched the game and you're not getting good FPS. This is going to help you. So basically, just put full screen to false, and you're going to change the value of borderless to true. This is going to boost your FPS a ton. I know it didn't boost mine. I was already getting around 65 frames, but it boosted it a little bit, but that was probably mostly the in-game settings. But it stabled out my FPS. I'm getting no drops, even when fighting, even when in space. It doesn't matter. Next things, you're going to want to change VSync to false. You don't need this. Now, I know there is a fix floating around where if you enable VSync and limit your frames to 60, that may help you. It really depends, guys. Every machine's different. Your computer could be different. It doesn't matter. So G-Sync, this is going to be true. You need to change this to false. This is very important. Change this to false, guys. Okay, this is going to give you a huge FPS boost. And then the next thing you want to do, a lot of this we're going to change in game, but I know right off the bat the max frame rate is 160. In game it won't say 160, it'll say max, but come on. What you want to do is, I know that you can at least put 60 in there and it'll work. So we'll go ahead and test that. We'll set it to 60, and we're gonna go ahead and save. Okay, and I'll meet you guys in game. Alright, I'm back, guys. So we're in game now, and as you can see, my FPS was limited to 60 FPS. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna hop into the graphics settings. So first things first, as you can see here, it changed to borderless. By default it would have been full screen. VSync's off. For anti-aliasing, this is kind of preference. I know, maybe if you use this setting, you're gonna get a huge drop in FPS. But usually I turn this off in most games, but in this game it doesn't really make a difference going from off to AA. So we're gonna go ahead and keep it at FXA. This is just preference, field of view. I noticed that the field of view is pretty close in NoMan'sSky, so I like to tweak it a little bit. Anisotropic filtering, this is a big one. I think it may be, I don't know what it's at by default. I think it's 8 or 16, but that's just way too high, guys. It's not really important. You could turn this off if you wanted to, but 4 is fine. That'll run good on most graphics cards. So texture detail, this is all preference again. I know texture and generation are the most important. Shadow and reflection, you can turn those to low if you want, doesn't matter. But excuse me, guys. So shadow detail, I like to leave that at low. I do that in every game. Some games I even disable shadows. I don't like them, I don't need them. Unless it's a game that's focused on maybe stealth or you need shadows, of course I'll have it on. But for this, in our case, it doesn't affect anything. And reflection quality, excuse me, just put it on medium. I mean, maybe low will help you. You just have to, really guys, you're just gonna have to tweak the settings. Keep tweaking these settings until you find what works. I will leave it on medium, and these two are on high. So that's what I like to run. Now max FPS, I just wanted to set it to 60 in the notepad files so you guys could see it works. But that will help you guys. If you're having trouble not launching the game, you need to change your max FPS in the notepad file. As you saw, it was 160 was this setting right here, max. Or you can set it to 110. Don't try to set it anywhere in between these numbers because it won't recognize it. Set it to max, and we're going to go ahead and apply. Now you are going to have to restart your game, but obviously my settings are already there, so that's fine for me. But as you can see, it looks awesome, it's running good. But yeah, the color, I don't know if you guys are seeing this, the color is way more beautiful, especially at nighttime. I mean, look at this. Before, the game looked kind of pale. I mean, there was still color, but it wasn't as good as this. I know this just looks awesome. So yeah, guys, that's my fix on No Man's Sky. You know, maybe comment, let me know some other fixes if you found them. I know there's a ton of fixes going around because everyone's different. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. If this helped you, let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Freak out.